The Puppet Presidency, Emanuel Macron and the Rothschild Blueprint for Power in France. Emmanuel Macron's ascent to the Élysée Palace was neither accidental nor organic. Marketed as a modern centrist and technocratic reformer, Macron emerged seemingly from nowhere to become president of France in 2017. But behind this sudden rise lies a far more calculated and opaque story, one that begins not with political activism or grassroots movements, but with elite financial circles, most notably the Rothschild banking empire. From Rothschild banker to president. Before entering politics, Macron worked as an investment banker at Rothschild & C, a position that positioned him within the heart of the French financial aristocracy. During his tenure, he notably advised Nestlé on its €9 billion acquisition of Pfizer's baby food division, a deal that earned him the nickname, the Mozart of finance. This background is not insignificant. In fact, it's emblematic of the increasingly porous boundary between financial capital and political power, especially in modern European democracies. Macron's political launchpad, his centrist movement La République En Marche, was created with remarkable speed and backed by powerful donors and media outlets. Despite having never held elected office before becoming Minister of the Economy under François Hollande, Macron managed to leapfrog the entire political class. Mainstream media, largely owned by oligarchs such as Dassault, Bolloré, and Arnault, many with close ties to financial institutions, heavily promoted his candidacy while dismissing others as outdated or extremist. The destruction of political rivals. Macron's road to the presidency was cleared not only by media support, but also by what many believe to be the systematic neutralization of political competitors. In early 2017, François Fillon, the conservative candidate for Les Républicains, was leading the polls and widely expected to win the presidency. However, Fillon was suddenly embroiled in a financial scandal involving his wife's employment. Though similar allegations had been tolerated or overlooked for other politicians in the past, the Fillon case was aggressively pursued by the justice system under President Hollande. The fallout was swift and effective. Fillon's support collapsed, and Macron, previously a distant contender, became the new favorite. The elimination of Fillon, who was critical of both the Eurozone's structure and France's subservience to German-led EU policies, served the interests of those who sought to maintain the neoliberal, pro-EU status quo. Macron, with his Rothschild pedigree, was the ideal continuity candidate. In a similar vein, Macron's main rival in both the 2017 and 2022 elections, Marine Le Pen, has faced a relentless barrage of legal and financial challenges, often surfacing conveniently during campaign seasons. From accusations of campaign financing irregularities to the temporary suspension of her immunity as a member of the European Parliament, the legal system has repeatedly intervened at critical junctures. These legal assaults have helped reinforce the narrative that Macron is the lesser evil, despite growing popular dissatisfaction with his presidency. France on the brink. Today, Macron faces a country in deep crisis. The French economy is teetering on the edge of collapse, with public debt exceeding 110% of GDP. Industrial decline, rising unemployment, pension protests, and rampant inflation have led to widespread disillusionment with the political class. The Gilets jaunes movement that erupted in 2018 revealed the chasm between the ruling elite and ordinary citizens. Macron's response, authoritarian police crackdowns, surveillance laws, and dismissive rhetoric, further alienated the public. Under Macron, France has embraced policies that benefit global finance and multinational corporations at the expense of national sovereignty and social cohesion. His pension reforms, labor law deregulation, and privatization initiatives have all aligned with the neoliberal agenda promoted by the European Central Bank, the IMF, and global investment firms like BlackRock, ironically, another institution with which Macron has been closely associated. A familiar modus operandi. What we witness with Macron is not new. Throughout modern history, financial elites have deployed similar tactics to ensure their preferred candidates come to power. The Rothschild family, whose banking empire stretches back to the Napoleonic Wars, has long been synonymous with hidden influence and elite maneuvering. Their fingerprints appear wherever there is an erosion of democratic control in favor of market rule. The method is consistent. Promote a candidate through media and financial channels, eliminate opponents through legal or character assassination, and govern through technocratic reforms that favor capital over citizenship. Macron is merely the French expression of a global pattern, one echoed by figures like Mario Monti in Italy, a former EU commissioner and Goldman Sachs advisor, or even Pedro Sanchez in Spain, who also rose amid internal chaos in traditional parties. Conclusion: the illusion of choice. France, often seen as the cradle of revolution and resistance, now finds itself under the rule of a president who embodies the triumph of financial globalization over national democracy. Macron's presidency is not the result of popular will but of elite engineering. His allegiance lies not with the French people, but with the transnational interests that facilitated his rise. As France slides further into economic despair and social fragmentation, it becomes increasingly clear that the country is being governed not by representatives of the people, but by loyal functionaries of a hidden financial aristocracy. In this context, Macron is not the cause of France's crisis. He is its symptom.